Research is an important element within the field of educational technology. I have found that teachers are much more willing to make changes in their classrooms if those changes are supported by research. In this video segment, I will share 3 artifacts to demonstrate how I have explored, evaluated, synthesized, and applied methods of inquiry to enhance my learning and performance throughout the MET program. First is my response to a request for proposals for a formal evaluation. The assignment is similar to a bid written by a contractor. I had to propose how I would conduct the evaluation, propose a work schedule, provide a list of personnel and their qualifications, and create a budget. This assignment required a lot of research on my part. I had to research different methods of evaluations in order to determine the one that would best fit this particular situation. I had to explore other budgets, salaries, and the cost of travel, lodging, and materials to prepare my own budget. I also had to consider the amount of time it would take to complete each piece of the evaluation and research the qualifications that would be necessary to conduct such a formal evaluation. The second artifact is an annotated bibliography. Annotated bibliographies are great practice for conducting research. They help me locate a wide variety of resources and provide an organizational structure for those resources. I had completed annotated bibliographies before, but this one was slightly different than any I had previously done. For this particular annotated bibliography, I was required to evaluate the credibility and usefulness of each resource. This process helped me determine which resources were the most valid and which would provide the greatest amount of support for my thesis. And third is the synthesis paper I wrote in EdTech 504. In this paper, I present research on situated cognition and make an argument for the usefulness of technology integration in creating a situated learning environment. I learned a lot about student learning through the use of real-world application from my research. I worked to incorporate this research into my own classroom. For example, instead of lecturing, I had my students interview family and community members of different ages to learn about the stages of development. In another assignment, students used an app to track the amount of time spent on their cell phones, and we discussed whether or not cell phone use is an addiction. As a result, students were more engaged and developed a deeper and more meaningful understanding of the material than if I had just lectured or read out of the textbook. My performance as a teacher was greatly improved due to the research I had conducted and chose to implement.